Stage 2 LOX load is closed out. And vehicles on internal power. Falcon 9 is in startup.
Go for launch.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Liftoff of Falcon 9, carrying the JCSat-18 Pacific 1 satellite to geostationary transfer orbit. Stage 1 is now in full power. Everything looks nominal. We're now, oh, you heard the call out for throttling down.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
We're approaching max Q. This is when the rocket goes through the moment of greatest aerodynamic pressure.
Falcon 9 is experiencing maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Now the next three events that we have coming up will be in rapid succession. Main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start 1. Main engine cutoff, or as you'll hear it called out, MECO, is where all 9 engines of Falcon 9 first stage shut down. You just heard the call out for MVAC engine chill. Again, that's when we're pre-chilling those turbopumps on the second stage. Now, the MECO will be followed by stage separation, or the separation of the first and second stages. Finally, second engine start, where we'll light the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage, begin to carry the satellite to its targeted orbit. Let's listen in for those. MECO coming up in 20 seconds. So trajectory is looking good. Engine still at full power. On the left-hand side of your screen.
MECO.
Stage separation.
There we go. So there on your screen, as the second engine, excuse me, as the second stage engine begins to glow a bright orange, we have confirmation
First
there
and second
of
stage are on a
both
nominal
of the
trajectory.
stage separation and second engine start 1. So on the left-hand side of your screen, that you'll see stage 1 as it begins its descent to the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. You can actually see the lights of Cape Canaveral there in the background. And then on the right-hand side of your screen, like I said, is the second stage. So we're coming up to fairing deployment. We jettison the fairing to shed any unnecessary weight from the second stage.
Fairing separation is confirmed.
So as you see there, fairing has separated. Again, we are attempting to catch those on our recovery vessels, but we now have confirmation that second stage is performing nominally, and we are looking good so far for today's mission.
Acquisition of signal Bermuda.
Now, at this point in the mission, the first stage is currently on a parabolic trajectory from the launch site going towards Of Course I Still Love You, which again is about 350 nautical miles off the Florida coast. To successfully land, the first stage will need to do a few things. First, it'll need to reorient so its engines and heat shield enter the Earth's atmosphere first. Then it'll reignite 3 of its Merlin engines for entry burn to reduce the aerodynamic forces and heating experienced as it transitions back into the thicker parts of the Earth's atmosphere. Once it's in the atmosphere, the grid fins will take over, guiding the rocket towards Of Course I Still Love You. When we're above the drone ship, a little after T+8 minutes into flight, the center Merlin engine will ignite for landing burn, followed by landing leg deploy, and hopefully a gentle touchdown on Of Course I Still Love You. Entry burn is scheduled to begin in about a minute from now, and it'll last about 20 seconds.
First and second stage continue to follow a nominal trajectory.
And we're seeing some slight plumes on the left. That's the shot from the first stage. We're obviously in the Earth's shadow right now. And on your right side is the second stage MVAC engine continuing its burn. Just about 20 seconds away from entry burn begin.
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And there's relight of those 3 Merlin vacuum engines. Now, fun fact, JCSat 14 was actually the first time SpaceX successfully landed a geosynchronous transfer mission on a drone ship. Since then, we've made 43 successful landings between drone ships and on land.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
And we're hoping to make tonight's attempt our 47th successful first stage recovery. So if you're just joining us, the first stage just concluded its entry burn. It's on its way back to Of Course I Still Love You. The second stage is continuing its first engine burn towards a parking orbit. And that's taking the JCSat 18 Pacific 1 satellite up into orbit around the Earth to prepare for a second burn happening shortly after. Now, landing burn on the first stage and secondary engine cutoff number 1 will happen about the same time. Both of those are scheduled for about T+8 minutes.
Stage 1 entry transonic.
Second stage has entered terminal guidance.
At this point in the mission, the grid fins are guiding the first stage towards Of Course I Still Love You. We'll hopefully get a video feed back here for the first stage shortly.
Stage 1 landing burn startup.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Seagull 1.
Stage 1, landing leg deploy.
Hearing cheers.
Nominal parking
Ready for
insertion.
confirmation. Now, a bunch of things happened there. Secondary engine cutoff number 1 just happened. The spacecraft is in a good target orbit. And booster 1056 has just recovered it for the 3rd time. This is our 47th success.